punches, right hand, left hook, both guys landing. This is unbelievable action.
So the counter punches, that is realistic. And then somebody will counter my counter, they have to counter their counter. I guess it's like playing chess. I love it though. Hi guys, it's Sugar Shane Mosley here, 3-division world champion, Hall of Famer. I fought the likes of Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. Today, we're going to be looking at boxing scenes in the Rocky and Creed movies to judge how real they are.
Let's try this. Now take this string, tie it to both angles, leave about 2 feet of slack. I ain't never had good footwork.
It's real, but it's not all the way real. So sometimes people spread their legs too far when they're boxing, and so they can throw punches faster. So the whole thing with the string thing is you're able to step a little bit further out, but then bring your stance back to the position. Hitting the meat, maybe it could work, because the meat is like hitting a regular body maybe. But if you don't have any gloves, that actually teaches you how to punch the right way. The new school guys aren't doing it like that. You know, they don't know how to, they punch and they slap and do all kind of stuff. So I think that's more the right way than some of the fighters are doing today. Let's put it that way. No, I've run upstairs before in heels and stuff like that. It helps develop the strength, the power. But I think that what this is talking about is the mental part of it, that he's worked so hard and he's conquered all the challenges and he made it to the top of the hill and now he's ready to fight. So yes, I like what it symbolizes, yes. I've known Joe Frazier and when he was alive and really good friends with him as well. And he is somebody that says that he punched the meat and ran up those steps. Maybe Rocky got that from him when he was getting ready to fight Muhammad Ali. So yeah, I mean, there's some truth in it. From a professional standpoint, a professional fighter, right? I'm thinking like somewhere around the 7s. There's a lot of things he's doing that are realistic.
The champ stinging the slower challenger of jabs and television around the world. You're watching a battle, I tell you that.
Yeah, very realistic. Being a champion that he was in the movie, he did what champion is supposed to. Start with the jab, mix it up a little bit, then coming for the kill. His boxing style is more on the outside, where he's throwing the jabs and where it's at distance where they can come in, or mid-range. It actually looks like Creed actually has some boxing training.
The champion doesn't look the best he's ever been, but he's really moving smoothly now. Well, the champion is smiling.
His style is to, it seems in the movie, to collect a lot of shots, to get the guy tired. But what he should have been doing is just move his head just a little bit, left or right, just kind of swing, almost like a Mike Tyson type of thing, where Mike Tyson comes in and moves his head, but then he throws from the angles. Even Rocky, the real Rocky, where Rocky came from, right? He moved his head from side to side, coming in a certain way. So I think that's where this movie is really, they're talking about that Rocky a little bit. He threw the uppercut the last shot, and it caught him. And it's kind of like what happened with Tank and with Gervonta Davis and Martin. He was throwing the overhand left, and Martin was blocking it. And then the next punch, he didn't throw overhand left, he threw the uppercut, the left uppercut, boom, and caught Martin. So he caught Martin with the uppercut, the same uppercut that Rocky did. Most fighters can't take the punishment that Rocky or Apollo Creed took in the fights and take so many shots and be able to finish the fight without being in a coma somewhere. The only person that came close to doing that, Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward. You watch their fight, it looks like a Rocky fight. They both going back and forth, getting dropped, getting back up. Like it's crazy. It's almost like a movie. Today's fights, that would never happen because the fight would be stopped.
We have a split decision.
Those fans out there.
When I was fighting, I really wanted to get the knockout because I didn't want to go to the judge's decision because I didn't know if they was going to cheat me or not. Yeah, Rocky fighting, he knows that he's a knockout fighter. He's not a point guy. He did get a knockout with Apollo Creed for that first fight, right? By one point, Apollo won or something because it wasn't a knockout, but it was a good fight. It was a good try. What they did is a 3, but what they're saying in there, he has heart and he's going to go to the end.
You pick who's next.
I'm next.
Andre Ward. They went and got some real fighters to make it more believable, more real. You don't always wear headgears or have to wear it, but the reason why you wear a headgear when you're sparring is so you won't get cut. It's for practice and it's to better yourself. So him sparring with somebody like Wheeler or Andre Ward, that symbolizes him sparring with somebody better than him. So if he can hang in there with Andre Ward, then he should be able to beat this guy. Well, that's the difference is that in this movie is that they're showing a little bit of head movement. And, Sylvester Stallone, back then, they was just like, this is blood and guts and gore. That was the whole thing back then is that we're gonna fight until we drop dead. Now this new age with Creed, they move and bob and weave. Suppose bob and weave and move a little more and throw better combinations or whatever. From the body to the head, head to the body, and throw different combinations. And that's more realistic than just throwing one punch to the head.
Punches right hand, left hook, both guys landing. This is unbelievable action. Hard right hand by Creed.
So the counter punching, that is realistic. They can go as long as they want to do it the counter punching because it's a counter punch. There's a lot of counters I would do, and then somebody will counter my counter, they have to counter their counter. I guess it's like playing chess. I love it though.
Let me see the eye.
Time! Doc, give him a look. How many fingers?
So it's realistic. Back in my time, you watch my fights with Fernando Vargas, I had his eye like so big they had to stop it. They had to put a cut on it so it can swell and go down or whatever. They're trying to protect the fighters more nowadays, so it will definitely be stopped.
Rocky Balboa going upstairs like he's Apollo Creed. Closing seconds of the fight.
It's very common for somebody to do flurries, definitely at the end of the round or the fight to win that round. It depends on what the referee sees last. They're gonna judge for the guy that threw the flurry at the end, say, oh, he won that round. I think this is more of a realistic 9 because you have fighters in there making it realistic.
Rocky's holding that right hand back. He's fighting right-handed. I don't believe it. The southpaw still he is fighting right-handed.
He didn't train for the right-hand fighter. He only trained for southpaws. So he turned right-handed, orthodox, to switch things up. So there is, it's something that fighters do. You'll have Terrence Crawford, he moves from left to right. He does southpaw, right hand. I did it with Oscar. I turned southpaw. I was right-handed, and I turned southpaw on him with some lefts, some jabs, and he was kind of confused.
He's going down. Here it comes.
So the polo punch is not a common punch. It's more of a show-off punch where you have the fighter where you want him, you can do whatever you want to him. So they do a bull punch to symbolize, I'm getting ready to knock this guy out. Sugar Ray Leonard did it.
Back in the corner, but here comes Balboa again. Where does he get that stamina?
Coaches say, oh, get throw, he has you on the ropes, he's cornering on the ropes. And they look at it as a bad thing because that's where they corner you. But it's not really a bad thing if you know how to fight the ropes. A lot of the older fighters will use the ropes to spring back for shots of that. James Toney's another one that fights good. He'll go to the ropes and it will knock you out. I'm another fighter that loves to fight off the ropes. I can fight off the ropes too. But Rocky hit him and then they're both going down. That didn't make sense. It would have been better if Rocky would have hit him and hit Rocky at the same time and they both went down. Then that makes sense. It has happened where both guys hit each other, boom, and they go down, and the one that gets up is gonna be the winner.
Here
Rocky won it anyway, but he should have won because, you know, he hit him and knocked him down, not because he got up. Yeah, he didn't have to beat the count. Creed had to beat the count, which he didn't, so, you know. Yeah, 4 and 5, that's like 5. Yeah, it's not really real.
Take it, fight the thing.
Right?
So getting punched in the stomach, I think getting punched there and learn the pain or learn how it feels and be able to fight in that is very realistic, yeah. You can't just do setups or whatever to be able to know what it feels like to get hit.
From the break, and Creed is down.
Take the 8 count. Stay down. Breathe.
He's listening.
It's very realistic for him to say stay down till you get to 8 or 7, and then you get up so you can recover fully. Because sometimes if you get hit with a good shot and you do something kind of wobbly, like you can't continue, then the referee will stop the fight. I think Zab Judah did that. Got hit with the right hand, jumped right up, and start wobbling around, and the referee stopped the fight. If he would have stayed down, probably would still be fighting.
Hard to watch, Jim. I don't think Drago has anything left, but he refuses to give up. And that's it.
So throwing in the towel for a coach or whatever is when you know that your fighter has no more left to save him from getting hurt. So it's the referee's job to jump in there and say, listen, you had enough. Or the coach, or the coach that's with you is, you know what, I know you can't do anymore, I'm throwing the white towel. Stopping the fight is like when, I guess, Creed's father dies from fighting Drago. I guess they stopped the fight, so this time Drago actually steps in and throws the white towel in to stop the fight. I think it's very realistic. I'll say 9.
It's on it. Come on, a little hard, Jim. To the face.
I don't think it's that realistic, but I just love the movie. This is probably my best rocking through with Mr. T. Mr. T is funny. But I just love the sayings he's doing, like how angry he is and how he taunts everybody. He kind of gives me the James Toney, because you know James Toney's kind of like this too. So what he's doing here is he's throwing only hooks. This is the style that gives a lot of people problems because it's something that people don't normally do. You normally throw jabs first, right? So if you're not throwing jabs and you start off with left hooks, then it's not by the playbook. Ricardo Mayorga threw hooks instead of jabs, and he was very successful. So it could be a good thing. I think the reason why he's missing a lot of shots, missing a lot of big shots, because he's trying to knock them out with every shot. A lot of times the fighters try to knock you out with big shots that miss. They're not trying to fight with accuracy. And that gives Rocky the advantage to be able to back up and throw his jabs and 1-2s and stuff like that. Fighters are not allowed to push anybody to the ropes and pin them there to try to punch them. The only way you can put them on the ropes is by punching them to the ropes. I love this scene. Even though it's not real, like a 7.
Watch him down. Oh, wow.
That's Benavidez. It was interesting. I seen another fighter in there that I know. This is not illegal. You actually can hit all of this, anything around here. I would say that they're illegal, but I would say they're not ethical. And yeah, it is effective if you get away with it, like the referee doesn't see it, because it's going to slow the guy down, he can't punch after that. The parry can get you in different positions, so not just to block the shot, the parry, but also to maneuver the guy from throwing his next shot. A lot of times people will just block the jab and then the right hand comes, but I could actually swat his jab over and knock his right hand off so he can't throw the right hand. even if I parry it down, you know, like they'll just block it straight on. You know, I'll block it different ways to make it hard for them to throw the next shot. So the clinch can be used in different ways. Like I'll clinch to stop a person from throwing punches, or I'll clinch to tire a person out in a wrestling type of way to put my weight on them. I think the way they're using it is that he went to clinch so he can get closer, so he can zone in on the right hand. That's where you can do your best inside fighting, is when you clinch. People don't really see the damage that you can do with the inside with the body shots, headshots. That's an old school cross with Joe Frazier a lot, and even before him, like guys did to use this type of blocking system. And for him to have an opening, yeah, it's definitely realistic. It could have been like a 9, yeah. And I liked the way they throwing the punches, the boxing scenes. Well, if you notice in the training methods, did you see them doing any boxing? They're not emphasizing the boxing part of it. And that's really what you're supposed to be doing when you get ready for a fight, is boxing, not how much you can lift, or how strong you are, how fast you are.
Balboa has taken Ivan Drago's best punches so far. He's cut and he's bleeding, but he's on his feet.
Rocky being a lot smaller than Drago, yeah, definitely a disadvantage. I fought in a different weight class like this at junior middleweight when I fought Winky. That's why I said Winky was probably my toughest fight, because when I punched him, nothing happened. He was so much bigger, it was like hitting a pillow. Fighting somebody like Drago for Rocky is definitely tough.
He's cut! He's cut! Russian's cut! And now it's Rocky Balboa coming after Ivan.
So it depends on the fighter whether the cut will make the fighter want to go after the other fighter, knock him out, or he's trying to get away from the guy because the guys hit him on the cut. So, like Marvin Hagler got cut with Tommy Hearns, and he went after Tommy Hearns. You have other guys that might get hit with a cut, make it feel like he's insecure and inferior, that the cut's gonna stop the fight. During the fighting after the bell, like Rocky and Drago did, it depends on who starts it. If it's only one interacting, then yeah, you get points taken away maybe. But if they're both doing it, then you know who you get a point from. They both were fighting after the bell, so a 6 of realistically, yeah. It's not really realistic.
Who would ever have dreamed that Rocky Balboa would still be in this, quote, exhibition against the heavyweight champion of the world?
So the guy fighting Rocky is Antonio Tarver. He's a professional, he's a world champion fighter as well. So here we're looking at Rocky is 60 years old in this fight. Realistically, I wouldn't say that a 60-year-old should be able to come back and fight a real fight. Nowadays they're doing exhibitions and stuff, but being that Mike Tyson is getting ready to go in there with Jake Paul at 58. So yeah, it's more possible.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Yeah, so it's not about how hard you get hit. It's how you move forward and what you do with when you get hit. And that's a true statement. That's really true. Some people are afraid. Some people get more focused when they get in the ring. So it just depends. And Mike Tyson had a quote too as well. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go in there and train and do all these different things, and then also you get hit, boom, and then everything goes out the window. So all that is correct. I like it. Everything he's saying, that's real. Yeah, like a 7. So my favorite Rocky or Creed movie is number 3 with Clubber Lang. And the reason why I like that one is because Mr. T was so animated in these different scenes. It just showed the passion that he had to really want to beat Rocky up. So my favorite boxing movie is the one with Muhammad Ali, The Greatest. It was realistic because Muhammad Ali was actually in it, being the actor out of it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, why not click on the next one?